Hey dudes, it fucking happened. The government is officially shut down. Oh my god, fear mongering. No, partially shut down. Not actually that big of a deal, except for the optics. It's pretty much the only bad thing um that's the only politically expedient thing, is that depending on who gets the blame for this, is going to determine, who does what with legislation. Like if the president signs something bad, or if the Democrats in Senate have to kind of eat some ass and give the president what he wants. But I wanted to explain some stuff about illegal immigration that you see it a lot. Videos of like prominent Democrats going over, um, saying stuff that sounds very Trumpian, exactly the same, actually, in a lot of cases, is what the president says. So I'm gonna go over a couple of these. I got some very nice stats. I got some pretty sound logic behind those stats as to why what they're doing is bullshit and you shouldn't trust them. You shouldn't trust any politician, but why you especially shouldn't trust these people. Um, okay, I'm gonna read through this and see if you can guess. I'm gonna read you two things. See if you can guess which one's Trump and which one is another prominent Democrat. All right. Real reform means strong border security. Real reform means establishing a responsible pathway to earn citizenship. A path that includes passing a background check, paying taxes, and a meaningful penalty, learning English, and going back to the line behind the folks trying to come here legally. Remember, two people, Trump and someone else. We must create a system that converts the flow of primarily low-skilled illegal immigrants into the states into a manageable and controlled flow of legal immigrants who can be absorbed by our economy. Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple. When we use a term like undocumented workers, we convey a message to the American people that their government is not serious about combating illegal immigration, which American citizens overwhelmingly oppose. Alright, who's who here? Uh, Fucking joke's on you, nerd. It's Obama and Schumer. Neither of them were Trump. Exactly the same, dude. Exactly the same. Now, yeah, you can get the argument that yes, oh, this was years ago. People can change, yada yada. It's like, yes, people can, but thankfully we have their reasoning. We have some stats, and we can extrapolate. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see. Okay. What the government does is there's no way to really gauge illegal immigration, because like how are you going to tell something you can't tell, right? Like if they're undocumented, they're not documented, you can't tell, obviously. But what they do is they do the amount of apprehensions per year is how they judge how many people are coming across the border. So here's just some numbers. Numbers don't matter. The relation between those matters. 2009, Obama's first year, 540K apprehensions. Uh, 2012, 356. 2013, 414, and 2017. Yeah, let's just put it 540, 350, 414, and in 2017 there's 300K. Okay. Uh, so let's think about this. Schumer said that the flow of illegal immigrants was the problem. Nothing about uh, nothing about really anything else. It's just yeah. Let me get this perfectly right. Yes, that converts the flow of primarily low-skilled illegal immigrants is what he's concerned about specifically. Um, so if the flow in 2017, 2018 is similar to what it was back then, is it still an issue? Yes, unless his reasoning has changed for this, which you can go look. I don't think he's ever come out and said, oh no 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 no, the amount of illegal immigration we have now is totally fine. But like even when he said that, we've had the same like amount of illegal immigrants coming in since he said that. Like the country's been in the same situation now as it has been then when he said, illegal immigrants bad. Um, yeah, I wrote that. Legal immigration rate is as low, yeah, yeah, 310K, 356K, and 2017 was 310, and 2012 was 356. That's close enough. And granted, this is just apprehensions, because no one's gonna know for sure. But these are like the only stats we got, dude. Like I said, we can't know what's literally not documented. So the question is, did Schumer actually believe that? Did Obama actually believe that? Or does saying that, are they just saying that because it's politically expedient? I'm pretty sure it's just political expediency. It's a very nice thing to say. People like it because like try and find like a pew poll or anything of people of them asking American citizens, do you support illegal immigration? No, they don't ask that question. Why? Because no one does. No one supports. The only thing people support is like DACA, separating families at the borders. Oh no, it's like, then don't fucking come over. Don't commit a crime. You won't be separated from your family. But like DACA is a big thing. People are like their children. Yeah, they're children. We're not gonna kick those kids out. We're gonna, might stop other people, but we're not just gonna kick anyone out who's been here. It's like, oh, you served in the military, and you were born here, but your parents fucked up, so fuck you, dude. Later. Like, no, 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 no. That's no. People fought for it. If people have gone through, born here and went through the public school system, they kind of deserve to stay. It's like that was rough enough, dude. You're fine. So, here's what I've thought for a while about it, about why these politicians are doing this is, and partly why getting the wall is so hard. You'll find articles, people say um, something, there's other ways to solve it, or it's not really that bad, or we could do this, we could do that. There's a website I'm gonna link where I got all these stats. Fucking awesome. This is a really really cool website. Had graphs and charts and all that because I'm a child and I like looking at pictures. And it'll show. Oh God, if I have it right here, I can pull it up. No, it's not immediately accessible. I'd have to click through some stuff. But it's got actually it was two articles. There was another one that reported on um God, El Paso, Texas, and San Diego, I think. I know El Paso. Anyway, it'll be down below. But um, it showed before and after of when they built walls, because whenever Clinton was in, a lot of people don't pay attention to this, or well, a lot of people do. A lot of people try and fucking ignore it. Is Clinton did a lot, border security wise, because it was politically expedient, and people liked it. But the second Trump gets it, you know, you know. So El Paso, like the numbers fucking tanked. And then the big article I have with all the graphs and charts and stuff, it'll actually show you um like the percent change of, like, well, El Paso, when that went through, just cratered. Like no one went through there because it was heavily guarded, and they put up walls. But everywhere else spiked. Everywhere else that didn't have walls. So turns out locking your doors and having cameras and alarm systems and a giant thing out front of your door that says protected by ADT is going to stop people from trying to come in. But the apartment next door, people just going to fucking walk in there, right? So, great website. You'll see that. And so anyway, the president comes along and he's like, walls? I like building things. Let's build a wall. And everyone knows that, yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Everyone knows walls fucking work. Doors work, buildings work. Like, why do we have locks? It's a meme at this point because it's true. So he comes along and he says, look, we'll just build a wall, and won't have to fucking worry about it anymore. It will not be a problem anymore. And like everyone loses their goddamn minds. Why? Because the right always says, look, we need to fix immigration, and they're consistent on saying that we need to, but they never fucking do. And then the left will say, yes, let's fix immigration until it's good for them to say, no, we have to protect, whatever group that's coming out of Mexico or whatever. They're these we need to take care of these illegals. But you said last week that not no sympathy for illegals. It's like, well, yeah, I said that last week, but it's okay. So both of them are effective. And then the president comes along and says, you just send it, fix the problem, and the left loses their damn mind. So they don't want they're gonna lose their football. Like they're gonna lose the thing they can like throw back and forth. They're gonna lose their bargaining chip. They're gonna lose everything. They're gonna lose that little bit of I like brown people. It's like, well, you should just like people. It's like, no, I'm for the brown people. It's like, what? Why the fuck are you being so weird? Stop, dude. Like, just stop. But Schumer also put out a tweet regarding this, the hashtag Schumer shutdown, and said something along the lines of Trump has thrown a temper tantrum. It's like, yes, imagine the Pokemon meme. It's like back when the omnibus bill was a thing, the president, I'm assuming, made a deal with Paul Ryan and was like, look, you sign this, uh, Republicans get kind of fucked. You sign this, and we'll get you. You got to make a trade. You got to make a deal. President ate that shit up. Got to make a deal. It's like, okay, I'll sign off on whatever. You give me my 1.5 billion for starting the wall construction, and then later, because there's no way in hell he'd just agree to this. He made a deal for something later. He absolutely had to get more funding for the wall. Absolutely guaranteed. And chances are he was told before the end of the year. Uh, Congress didn't do shit. Republicans didn't really didn't try to get him his wall, obviously, because they're just sitting here. It's like, oh, 3 days left, and we're just not going to put it in there. And we know we told you end of the year, maybe, but end of the year, and they're like, well, sorry, Mr. President, sign this bill, and he's like, uh, no, I was promised a big beautiful wall by this time, and for some reason they're shocked that he didn't sign it. Whoever would have guessed that would have happened? But one last thing I want to talk about, because I can't fit it into its own video because it'd be like 2 minutes. I don't care. Or maybe I should. You know what? Yeah, I'll fit that in another one because it's gonna be like 18 minutes. I'll just do another one. So I'll see you guys.